do I get to that perfect lock? Like I mentioned earlier, once you get the perfect lock, you can tech a guy out in 2 minutes, okay? But how do I get there? Obviously easier said than done, because if it were easy and simple to get to the perfect lock, then we'd see a lot more guys getting tech-falled in this position. Right now in the collegiate wrestling scene, what we're seeing with this safe leg ride is a lot of guys who are riding the daylights out of their opponents, but not a lot of guys who are turning. Okay, here I'm going to show you some crafty ways to get to this position and then teach you how to get that perfect lock. Getting to the position. Okay, we're going to start with all basic options. I think most guys right now, high school and college, prefer the chop. Chop off of referee's position. I was never great at it, okay? We call this a chop opposite side boot. It's what most of our guys on our college team are doing. And it's what I see guys sort of click with the fastest. On my chop, it's going to be like, my action is going to be like a UFC punch. So if I'm a righty in UFC, I lead with my left, or boxing, I lead with my left, because that way my big hip comes from my back foot, my back hand. That's where my big punch comes. Notice as I rotate with my back fist, my hips come with me. That's what makes the punch powerful. Same thing with this chop. Start here, all the power is going to come from my back hip. I start turned as if I'm jabbing. Start turned, and then once I chop, boom, my hips come in, drive forward. You're not going to see me lift up and chop him. I'm just going to rotate the elbow down. My knee is going to come right up his bottom. Okay, and that big UFC punch coming right through. My backhand is my tight waist. Here we go, boom. You notice my hips come through just like that. My tight waist is like that backhand, and boom, punch him through. Now, what you're gonna see for the most part is you're gonna see this opposite side open up just like this. So I'm gonna break down the near side. The opposite side is going to open just like this. Here it comes, chop opposite side boot. What I'm not going to do, it's a little bit repetitious, but I want to make sure that everybody gets this. I'm not going to throw a leg in like this. After I chop, I hop sides and dig my knee right into Zach's hip. As I dig my knee in, I'm going to begin to use my feet like hands. I'm going to go over this skill a little bit later, but trying to think of a good angle for you. Go over this skill a little bit later, but in short, I'm going to use my heels and I'm going to dig in right up under Zach's hamstring and try to get that perfect lock.